Yet I will be ripped apart before I choose a side. Yet the shadow of glass beneath my feet cuts this godforsaken street. Why can't we make things disappear? Steal the poison from our tears. Oh, crooked crosses pinned on the wall. Slow destruction of our childhood home. High illusions, they're seen no more, no crooked crosses pinned on the wall. Slow destruction of our childhood home. High illusions, they're seen no more, no
Yes, people, welcome back to another stream. Hope you guys are all doing good, man. Smash these likes up on the way in. Get the likes up. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel as well if you're new. Let me zoom in there. We go to Bears. There we go. Boom. Yeah. Hopefully you guys are all doing well. Make sure you guys are smashing up the likes. By the way, watch along will be on tonight. We hate watching Inter Milan and the Real Madrid Arsenal game. We'll be watching that over on the second channel. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the second channel. More LB. We just got it to 10k subs as well. Big up to you guys for making you subscribe to that one. Link is in the description. But there's been some news. Woo! There's been some news. When it comes to transfers, there has been quite a bit of news actually in the last couple of days. We've had news on Bernardo Silva. We've had news on Xavi Simons. And we've had news on Florian Wirtz. So there's quite a lot to speak about, man. But we are going to talk about Florian Wirtz first, and then we'll come on to Xavi Simons after, and then we'll finish off with Bernardo Silva. But this got released, was it this morning? It was this morning. Take a read of this. Man City are ready to pay Bayer Leverkusen's 150 million euro asking price for Florian Wirtz and offer the player 25 million euro salary per year. Guardiola has explained to Wirtz how he would fit into the Manchester City system and replace Kevin De Bruyne. Florian Wirtz's father prefers his son to move to Bayern Munich. Now, I would consider this a pretty good source when it comes to build, because I just go back to the days of the Erling Haaland transfer saga, and they was pretty much right on everything. So much so that they were even telling us when meetings were going to happen on specific days, and they did in fact happen. So the current state of play, and how do I feel about this right now? I'm feeling pretty good about this at the moment. I don't think it's guaranteed right now that we get Florian Wirtz, but if you ask me right now, LB, do you think we're signing Florian Wirtz? I'm going to say yeah. I reckon we're going to get him. You know, I think City are putting everything on the line here. They're obviously willing to offer Florian Wirtz whatever money he wants, 25 million euros a year on his salary. The fee to Bayer Leverkusen will not be an issue in the slightest. at all. 150 million euros is obviously quite top heavy. If you look at that in GBP, that is 128 million pounds. But, you know, you hear the news about Ortega, you hear the news about McAtee. You could quite easily do 95, 90 million plus Ortega and McAtee, and that would take you to sort of that figure. And Florian Wirtz would get handsomely paid. I think it's quite interesting now. Yeah, I think it's quite interesting now that we're hearing that it's Wirtz's father who wants him to move to Bayern Munich. If you go back 2 to 3 months ago, a lot of the stuff we were hearing was that Florian Wirtz doesn't really want to move to Manchester City. He doesn't want to move to Manchester City. He wants Bayern. He wants Bayern. He wants Bayern. In the last couple of weeks, that sort of shifted a little bit. And we're hearing that Florian Wirtz is more open to Manchester City, but actually it's his father that wants him to go to Bayern Munich. This, for me, is a fundamental shift. It's a fundamental change in the PR and what we've been hearing about this Florian Wirtz potential transfer. Now, of course, this is still going to be a tricky signing to pull off because he's German, and the biggest club in Germany, by a country mile, clearly wants to sign Florian Wirtz. And the opportunity to play for Bayern Munich for Florian Wirtz, I imagine it's quite a strong feeling. And not only that, he's going to be able to play in midfield with Jamal Musiala, his fellow German international. And remember, Nagelsmann plays them both in the middle as well. So he's probably sitting there thinking, listen, I could go Bayern Munich here, play for the biggest club in Germany, play next to Musiala, and that would be amazing. And it would also help him when it comes to playing for Germany as well. Because then when he goes to Germany, him and Musiala are going to be cooking on gas because they played with each other for Bayern Munich. It's going to be easy to transition. But he's also got the opportunity to come to Manchester City, play for Pep Guardiola, and go in a different route. Go in a more challenging route, because I certainly feel like going to England and joining Manchester City is more challenging than going to Bayern Munich, because obviously it's easier for him to join Bayern Munich. He's German. He plays with Musiala. This is a more challenging route. And I feel like the upper potential at Manchester City is probably greater because of the eyes on the league and the eyes on the club, and obviously playing with Erling Haaland for a longer period of time than he would play with Harry Kane. Obviously, Harry Kane's in his 30s. I don't know. I'm feeling pretty good about this. I'm feeling, if you was to ask me the odds, I'd probably say I feel like 65% chance he's joining City and the rest Bayern Munich. I don't see him going Real Madrid. Personally, I don't see the guy going Real Madrid. Yeah, I just don't see it. I don't see Wirtz in a City kit. Yeah, Real Madrid kit. I can't picture him in a Real Madrid kit right now. I can picture him in a City kit. I can picture him in a Bayern Munich kit. But for me, the big stuff that's been coming out here over the last couple of days is Bayern Munich want him, but they're also more open to getting him next year. Why? What's all that about? Surely you want him this year. His father is now the one pushing him to Bayern Munich, rather than it being the fact that he actually wants to go to Bayern Munich over Manchester City, which was the case a couple of weeks ago. And the fact that City now, everything on the City side, on the City PR camp, everything that's coming out from the journalists on the City side, there's no complications. There's no complications. It's not that we want him next year. It's not that we want him to sign a contract and we'll buy his release clause. No. City is clear. We'll pay him the money that he wants, and we'll pay Bayer Leverkusen the money that he wants. And we want him this summer, and Pep's spoken to him. Done. It's over. Yeah, it's over. We've offered him what he wants, and we've offered Bayer Leverkusen wants. No complications. Yeah, this is not a wet transfer. Yeah, this is a dry transfer. We'll give him what he wants. We'll give them what he wants. Happy days. Whereas with Bayern Munich, I'm getting contradictory information. Yeah. Did he want to sign him now? Did he want to sign him next year? Are Bayer Leverkusen going to sell? Are they not going to sell? Is he going to sign a new contract? Is he going to get a release clause? Is he going to go next year? It's all up in the air when it comes to Bayern Munich. Where I feel like City have just gone, we're going to put our cards on the table. These are our cards. That's the salary. That's the transfer fee. Well, you can have McAtee, you can have Ortega if you want, but that's it. We've offered you what we can do. He's spoken to Pep Guardiola. Happy days. Build Sport are on it, who were very, very reliable when it comes to the Erling Haaland deal. Yeah, for the people that was with me on City Extra Days, you'll know that's true because pretty much every time they said something, it was legit. And we used to follow them a lot over the Erling Haaland deal. And they are now starting to pick this up. I'm pretty confident. I'm pretty confident. And I'm not also on the confidence situation. I still believe. I just can't see City telling De Bruyne he's got to go if they don't have a. I don't think the City are telling De Bruyne he's got to go yet if they've not got a lineup sorted and already sort of think it's going to happen. I just don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. We could have kept Kevin De Bruyne on 150 grand a week, which, let's be honest, is no money at all for this football club. Yeah, Matheus Nunes is on the same. Yeah, etc., etc. For me, I just think this is City saying they've got someone lined up, and I think it's Florian Wirtz. Now, whether he says yeah or not, I don't know. I don't think he's chose his mind yet. I'll tell you that right now. I don't think Florian Wirtz is chosen. I don't think he's chosen. I think he's still decided, but I think City are well in the race. I think 3 or 4 months ago, I didn't feel good about this. I didn't feel good. Everything was coming out saying, nah, he don't want City, he don't want City, he wants Bayern Munich, he wants Bayern Munich. Now I'm feeling a lot better. And for me, the fact that we've told Kevin De Bruyne he's got to go, I just don't think you do that. I don't think you do that unless you are pretty confident, yeah, you've got a replacement. So yeah, that's the update from Build Sport. There is a little bit more coming out as well. Let me pull this up on screen as well. Where is it? There we go. Let me pull this up on screen as well. Let's see what these guys are saying. Here we go, chat. Where is it? This is a Bayern Munich page. There was something on here from yesterday. I swear there was. Where was it? No, that's Yildiz. They want Yildiz, apparently. Where is this? Where's the update, man, on Wirtz? I swear there was an update on here, Wirtz. Oh, here we go. This might be it. Florian Wirtz and his family are taking their time with the decision and could wait till the end of the season in order to see the results of this season and whether to move to Munich makes sense from a sporting point of view. To see the results of this season. Does this mean that the people that have been saying that we need to get Champions League football are right? Are these people right? See the results of this season. Well, let's be honest, yeah? Let's be honest. Bayern Munich have won the league. Yeah, there's 4 or 5 games left. They're 6 points ahead and they play the team in the relegation zone this weekend. So he ain't waiting for Bayern Munich to do anything. Yeah, what's he waiting for Bayern to do? The only thing this can mean that makes any sense whatsoever is Manchester City getting Champions League football. That's the only thing that can make sense. Now, I previously said to you guys, yeah, that I don't think he's going to make that decision based off of whether we get Champions League football or not. I think he's thinking about long term. However, this here only makes sense for Champions League for City. It doesn't make sense for anything. Yeah, I think I might have been wrong, Nyman. I think I was wrong. On that. Because this doesn't make sense unless this is wrong, which I don't think it is. I think it's probably legit. I think this is legit. For the player, the decision is mainly about which club he would have the best chance of winning the Champions League. That's it. Case closed. Inspector Cluedo chat has investigated the case and goes, LB, you are guilty. You are guilty of the crime of saying that we didn't need Champions League to sign Wirtz. We do need Champions League to sign Wirtz, guys. We have to get Champions League football to sign Wirtz. Otherwise, we're cooked. We're not signing him. Yeah, it's here in black and white. It's here in black and white, mate. He's waiting to see the results of the season. He wants to win the Ballon d'Or. He wants to win the Champions League. Well, you ain't doing that if you're not in the Champions League. According to Sport Build, Wirtz has a ranking in mind. Real Madrid, Man City, Bayern, Munich. I think that's not right. I don't think Real Madrid are involved in this. I don't think Real Madrid are involved in this, man. I think it's a straight shootout, yeah, between the English and the Germans, yeah, Man City and Bayern Munich, mate. I think it's City v Bayern, England v Germany. Yeah, we will be there. We're in the trenches, and we need to get that Champions League football, mate. Because I don't see Real Madrid as being interested. I just don't see it. I do not see. I can't envisage him in a Real Madrid kit at all. Yeah. Wirtz has time until the end of May to see the managerial situation at Real Madrid and whether Xavi Alonso will move there. I just don't think. I just do not see that. Sorry, chat. I don't see it at all. I do not see Wirtz at Real Madrid. I just do not see it. I do not see it. And I think that, you know what they say is, yeah, you have to use your brain, innit? Yeah. I think this basically here, this bit, I think this is stall tactics. I think this is stall tactics. Yeah. I think what's happening here is basically he's waiting to see if City are getting Champions League. Yeah. And if they don't, he's probably not going to move. In which case, he'll wait till maybe next year, or maybe he'll go Bayern. What he's doing here, and what his camp are doing, is basically saying, because he wants to wait to see what happens with City, he's saying, well, we need to see what happens with Alonso. He loves Alonso. We want to see what happens with Alonso. If he's going to go Real Madrid, then maybe go. Nah, I don't think at all he's got any. I don't think there's any chance of him going Real Madrid. I don't see it. Zero chance. Zero. He's using it as a stall tactic to wait. And then people will go, oh, yeah, he wants to wait to see what happens with Alonso and see if he goes Real. No, he's not. He's not interested because Real Madrid don't want to sign him because they don't need him. Why do Wirtz? They don't need Wirtz. They've got a front three of Rodrigo, Vinny, and Mbappe. They've got Jude Bellingham, Valverde, Camavinga, Tchouameni. They don't need Wirtz. Where's he going to play? He ain't going to play, man. It's not happening. This is stall tactics. Yeah. Pep Guardiola is very interested and is said to have personally explained his plans to Wirtz and that he sees him as the perfect Kevin De Bruyne replacement. City are willing to match Leverkusen's €150 million price tag and pay the player a big salary. At Bayern, Wirtz would earn a similar salary in the range as Jamal Musiala. The more I read, the more I think he's joining City, lads. The more I read, the more I think he's joining City. Honestly. The more I read, the more I think he's coming. I think he's joining. I think we've got a good chance. I genuinely think now, yeah. I think he genuinely is now waiting to see. I think he's genuinely waiting to see if City get Champions League. We have to get Champions League. Let me have a look at some of Craig's comments in the chat. Money is not an issue with City. City have presented best financial package at City, end to club and player. His decision centres around fact he believes it's better in Germany for the 2026 World Cup. What else does he say? Guys, just relax, wait and see. If a player wants to come, he'll come. City will make it happen. If he doesn't want, we'll move on to the next targets. Yeah. Partly on City to get Champions League, partly on discussions with national boss regarding waiting until after 2026 to leave Germany. Family feels she'll stay in Germany. He isn't 100% sure one way or the other. And then it's just about payments. Big up to MTFC says LB Bray, Wirtz, Reinders, Cambiasso, keeper, maybe another fullback will be a statue worthy for Viana. I think you need another fullback on top of that. But yeah, that would be nice. I'd like a winger, as I've said many times. But yeah, that would be where do you want your statue, Hugo? Yeah, that would be nice, mate. That would be nice, absolutely. It'd be interesting to see if we get some more developments on Reinders, by the way, because I'm very close to start doing AC Milan watch-alongs, scout-along missions. Yeah, if we get some serious sources, yeah, moving on Reinders soon, then I might start doing the AC Milan scout-along missions, bro. Praying for Wirtz, rebellious phase. Fuck you, dad, says Echo Falls. Yeah, listen, I think obviously, I've said this though on the previous stream, innit? Like, bro, if I was his dad, yeah, I probably would ask him to go to Bayern as well, because I don't want him moving to England, mate. Yeah, I want him living in Germany where I can get on a car and just go see him. I don't want him on a different country because that means I've either got to leave the country with him, yeah, which I don't want to do because Germany is my home country. I want to live in Germany. Or I've got to move. Yeah, I've got to move. I'll go see him and go like, no, I don't want to do that, man. So I get why his dad's doing it, yeah. I get why his dad's doing that. But listen, he's got to make the decision for himself. He's got to make the decision for himself. He's got to sit there with football people and go, what's the best move for me? If he thinks it's Bayern, he goes Bayern. If he thinks it's City, it's City. But not being funny, mate, Pep Guardiola has spoken to him already and explained where he would fit into this team and fit into, I'm not being, bro, you're going to be playing in a team, right, where you've got Rodri behind you and Haaland in front of you. Chat, what are we doing here, man? That's like literally a dream. I mean, it's a bit sus, isn't it? But it's a dream situation, footballing-wise. You've got Rodri behind you and Haaland in front of you. Bro, you cannot decline that offer, mate. You cannot decline that. That's unbelievable. And you're playing for Pep, man. Come on, guys. Come on, man. What's going on here? Kevin De Bruyne initially expected an extended stay at Man City beyond this summer. Yeah, he did. He did. He did. He didn't want to go, innit? We all know that. Yeah, we all know that, innit? We knew that, innit? We knew that he wanted to go. That's why he said it in his statement that he's not happy. But it is what it is. That's what I'm saying. I just don't see. He wanted to stay at City. He was willing to take a contract of 150 grand a week, which is on par with Nunes and Phillips and that, yeah. And you're trying to tell me that City are just like, we don't have a lineup. We don't have a replacement lined up. I don't believe it, man. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And I know people are saying, well, we did that with Aguero. Well, hang on a minute. We did have a lineup targeted. And he wanted to join. The problem is we couldn't get him out of Spurs because Daniel Levy is a prick. Yeah, that's the truth. We did have a lineup. We did have a target lined up. And we was willing to pay him the money. He was happy to come. And he lied. He was a liar. Harry Kane's a liar because he said to us that he had a release clause. He told us he had a release clause. He said, I've got a release clause with Daniel Levy, 100 million quid. So City were like, oh, happy days, mate. Happy days. City were like, yeah, sound. See you later, Aguero. You can go Barcelona. We don't need you anymore. Nice one. And then we went to Spurs and went, hi, Spurs. We're about to activate the £100 million release clause for Harry Kane. And Daniel Levy, yeah, probably smoking his cigar with his feet up in his chair, like, what release clause? And City were like, shocked. What do you mean? And then there's no release clause in his contract. City get on the phone, yeah. Hi, mate, is that Harry Kane? Yeah, it is. You've not got a release clause in your contract, have you? He goes, well, no, not really. It's a gentleman's agreement. And then City have gone, right. Are you aware who your chairman is, Harry Kane? And he's gone, yeah, I'm aware. It's Daniel Levy. And he's gone, yes. He's now saying your release clause does not exist. Why did you not put it in the contract? Well, I didn't put it in the contract because it's a gentleman's agreement. Yes, this is not a gentleman's sport, Harry. Why did you not put it in the contract? Who's your agent? Who's your agent? Yeah, is it Mino Raiola? Obviously, rest in peace. He was alive at the time. Is it Mino Raiola? No. Is it that Portuguese Donny? Yeah, he owns basically the whole of Wolves? No. Is it the guy who had Tevez? No. Is it one of the best super agents in the world? You're Harry Kane. You score a lot of goals. No. Who is it? It's my brother. All right, nice one. Well done, Harry. Well done, Harry. Yeah, what happened? We couldn't sign him because we couldn't get him out of Spurs because he didn't actually have a release clause. He had basically a gentleman's agreement, which is, ridiculous. And we ended up getting cooked. Now, I put it to you. If we knew that was going to happen in the first place, would we have let Aguero leave? I mean, maybe he couldn't stay fit at all, could he? But I would probably say nah. I would probably say nah. They probably would have said stay. Stay. We'll wait for Haaland a year after. Yeah. Now, the one that I struggle to defend, because I'm not recalling of us trying to sign a centre back, was when we got rid of Vincent Kompany. And then Kompany left, and we just decided not to sign anybody because, to the best of my knowledge, like, let me know in the chat. I don't recall us trying to sign a centre back in that first year when Kompany left. Am I right on that one? I think I'm right on that one. So that obviously is a little bit of a concern, but they're not going to do that with De Bruyne, mate. They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. Yes, Aguero was desperate to say. City said nah. Obviously, De Bruyne wants to stay as well. De Bruyne wants to stay. Oh, we tried to sign Maguire, yeah. Was that summer, yeah? Fucking thank God we didn't sign him, innit? Thank God we didn't sign him. That would have been horrendous. Yeah, that would have been actually horrendous. But yeah, listen, I just don't see City saying to De Bruyne, you're going. Because, like, let's be honest, yeah? De Bruyne this year has not been great. It's not been great this year. Yeah, physically, it's not been great. On the ball, it's not been great. He's just not been great, has he, this year, yeah? But he's not been completely shit, like, worse than some of the other players, has he? And there's still that moment of genius. And he has been playing with an injury. I just don't see it. I just can't. I just don't. Nah, don't see it at all. I don't see it at all. You've got a player there who's your greatest ever player. He's willing to stay on reduced wages. He's willing to accept a rotational position in the squad. And you've said, nah, you're leaving. And then you don't have a lineup targeted, or you're not pretty confident you're going to start. Nah. Sorry, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I don't believe we'd do that. My personal belief is I don't think we'll do that, man. So yeah, we'll see, innit? I'm pretty confident, man. The more I speak about it, the more I look into it, the more I read, the more I'm like, I think we're going to get him. Bayern didn't give Muller a contract too. Yeah, but I don't think that's the same. I think we're going to get him, man. I think we're going to get him. But we're offering everything we can, and we'll have to see. And the thing is as well, right, when you read this comment again, man, let me put this back up on screen, right? Right, here's the question for you as well. Right, I put this to you. Big question. I want you to listen. We've all just agreed that for Manchester City to sign him, he has to wait till the results of the season, i.e. City need to get Champions League. We all just agreed that 10 minutes ago, yeah? We all agreed that if City want to sign him, yeah, City have to get Champions League football. And that's backed up by this bit here as well. For the player, the decision is mainly about which club he would have the best chance of winning the Champions League or the Ballon d'Or. Right, we all agree with that. So for City to sign him, City have to be in the Champions League. If you wanted to go to Bayern, why would that matter? Why would that matter? If he wants to go to Bayern Munich, Bayern Munich have got the money available for him, which they say they do. Yeah. They say, we've got the money for you. We'd let Thomas Muller go. We're letting all these players go. We're reducing all the contract wages. We want you. And he wants to go Bayern. Why would it matter at all about what City do? Why? It's irrelevant. It's irrelevant, bro. If I want to go KFC for my lunch, yeah, doesn't matter what's on special at Subway. I'm not bothered. I'm not going Subway. It's irrelevant to me. It's irrelevant to me what happens at Subway. I don't care. I'm going KFC, mate. If he wants to go Bayern Munich, what does it matter what City do? What does it matter if City get Champions League football or not? He's not coming to City. He's going Bayern Munich. I think we're getting him, lads. See, I'm going to improve the odds from 65%. I'm going 80% chance. 80% chance. 80% chance. Bro, madness, yeah. But I went Nando's the other day. They had no chicken in it. They only had a half chicken. They had no chicken. It's crazy, isn't it? What the hell? Well, you get what I'm saying? Don't make no sense, does it? Doesn't make no sense. If he doesn't want to join City and wants to go Bayern Munich, why is he bothered about what City do? Why is he asked about waiting for City? Which we all just agreed. We all just agreed that that's what he's waiting for. Well, what's it matter then? I think if we get Champions League, Florian Wirtz comes to Manchester City. That's my opinion, isn't it? That's my opinion. 5 teams fighting for 3 spots. Surely we get Champions League, LB. I think we do. I think these next 2 games are huge. I think if we get 4 points in these next 2 games, done. Yeah. I think Crystal Palace v Newcastle tonight as well, isn't it? Which is a big game. We could do with Palace getting something there. But then the next game this weekend, by the way, yeah, Aston Villa Newcastle. That's a biggie. That's a big game, man. Big game. Yeah, I actually want Newcastle to win that game to keep Villa below us. Yeah, but yeah, we should get it. If we don't, man, that's a disaster, isn't it? Big up to Tony, says Wirtz for 150 million. That is due to PSR. He also says his mum and dad are his agents, so advantage buying. I mean, that is just stupid, isn't it, Tony? Why are you making your parents your agents, man? This is a serious business. Although, to be fair, what was that basketball player that got his mum to do it and she got Michael Jordan? Is that facts? Michael Jordan got his mum to be his agent, no? And she got that one of the best deals in history. Is that right? Am I chatting shit? I swear I watched a film about it. That is legit, isn't it, chat? Michael Jordan. I swear that's true. Is that true? Yeah, it was true, wasn't it? It was true. All right, so maybe actually it's not the worst thing having your parent as a... Yeah, maybe it's not the worst thing actually having your parent as an agent. But still a bit weird and still a little bit weird. But maybe not that weird. A big up to Second City Saint says, I think we get both Wirtz and Simons. Also, can't we pay Wirtz dad under the table like we did for Haaland, says Second City Saint. I mean, we could do. I mean, we've probably done it before, have we? According to the allegations, that we are not privy to all the allegations and we are not privy to the evidence. But the allegations state that maybe we've done some dodgy deals. Maybe we paid Yaya Toure via a little Abu Dhabi football club for 4 days work a year for £5 million a year. Listen, that for me sounds like good value. Yaya Toure is a good player. I don't know. We'll find out soon. But yeah, we've also been linked with Xavi Simons. I'm going to come on to that in a minute as well. Second City said, big up for reminding me, bro. Imagine if we got both. That would be wild. And I think Simons can play on the wing, though. So that might cover like your little bit of a winger situation. Yeah, I'm going to come on to that in a minute. Big up for reminding me. Big up to Rio says, LB, thoughts on the Destiny of Doggy rumour? Spurs, in it. Doubt we sign him. That's my answer, bro. I think he's all right, to be fair. I think he's not a bad player. I kind of low-key rate him, but nah, I doubt we're going to go back to Spurs. I think we're very... I think Levy at Spurs is somebody that when we signed Walker, he thought he'd won. When we signed Walker, he thought he'd won. And the whole world thought they'd won, innit? Because when we signed Walker, we got cooked in the media. All the pundits, cooked us. Oh my God, they paid 50-odd million quid for Kyle Walker, who can't even cross a ball. Terrible. City have been ripped off. Blah, blah, blah. Spurs, amazing. Well done, Levy. Oh my days. Great. We then had him for what, 7-8 years? And he turned out to be the best right back in Premier League history. And then I think he realised that actually, no, City got the deal. City, in the end, probably underpaid for Walker based off of his achievements at the football club. Yeah, and I think Daniel Levy had a realisation one day that actually he didn't win. He thought he won at the time, innit? But then he realised that actually he didn't win. He lost because City ended up getting the best right back in Premier League history for 50 million quid. And it was a great signing. Now, obviously, we don't speak about last year or two. Yeah, why would we do that? We speak about his good times. Speak about the good times, guys, not the bad times, innit? Yeah? Great signing for us. And that's what I think, 100%. I'd 100% pay 50 million right now for 20. 50 mil? Bro, I'd pay 80 mil. If you could offer me a 23-year-old Kyle Walker now, I'd pay 80 mil. 100% I'm paying 80 mil. I'm paying 90 mil. I pay a lot of money, mate. A lot of money for that guy. He's a beast, man. Proper player. Unbelievable, mate. Naime, can you send me the link on Twitter, please? But yeah, Rio, for that reason, I think it's going to be very difficult to do business with Levy, unfortunately. I would be surprised if he goes Bayern in the summer. I can't see Bayern spending 120 mil on Wirtz, having holes in their team. They don't spend like us. You know the thing about the Bayern to the summer as well, bro, right? Is why is there loads of talk about him going there next year? This is what I'm talking about. With our offers, a dry offer, mate, yeah? This is the money you're getting paid. Leverkusen, we're paying this. We want him now. Why am I? It's easy to understand. Pep spoken to him. That's already done. We've offered him the wage. We're offered him the cash. Done. We want him now. Why with Bayern Munich are we hearing stuff like, oh, Bayern want him now, but they might get him next year, and oh, if he goes next year, then he might sign a contract with Leverkusen, and then he might go on a release clause next year, and then blah 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 blah. Bro, what is all this waffle, mate? Yeah, is he joining on now? Yeah, this is what I'm saying. It's very confusing with the Bayern Munich one. Now, of course, it might just be a complex deal, blah blah. Who knows? But I like the fact that everything that's being reported when it comes to Manchester City and this transfer is very smooth and linear. It is just, this is the wage, this is the salary. We want you now. He spoke to Pep, done and dusted. Yeah, it's not hard, is it? It's not hard to understand. We're buying. It's very much, you know. That's where you're going, man. That's where you're going with that one. Let me have a look at this other news that's just come through on Wirtz before we turn our attention to Xavi Simons. What is this? Now, one sec, my computer's running real slow. Okay, let's have a look at this, right? Big up to Nine Men for sending me this. When was this? So this was last night. This was last night, guys. Another meeting between, I don't know how you say this guy's name. We'll just call him Uli, yeah? I don't know how you pronounce that. Is that like Hunis or Hoyness or something like that? I don't know how you say his name in it. Let's just call him Uli. Another meeting between Uli and Florian Wirtz's father, Hans, took place at Tergens before the Champions League round of 16 first leg between Bayern and Leverkusen. That's not good. If that's true, that's not good. Yeah. If his dad, we can't glaze. Chat, we can't glaze. We have to be balanced. We have to be fair here. That's not good, yeah. If that's true, no bueno. The possibility of a transfer to Bayern was discussed. Bayern and Hans Wirtz refused to comment on the meeting when asked by Sports Bild. Okay, so that means it happened, didn't it? Otherwise, they would have said it didn't happen. Yeah? So we know this happened. This definitely happened. Otherwise, they would have just said, what you're talking about, that never happened. Uli is fully involved in the Wirtz deal, exactly like in the days when he was still active in day-to-day operations. Leverkusen are not giving up and want to keep Wirtz at least another season. Since March, there has been 2 meetings between Leverkusen bosses and Wirtz parents to discuss a renewal, but so far the Wirtz camp did not take the offer. Man City and Real Madrid are also involved in the races. Okay. That's not good if his dad's had a meeting with the Bayern guy. However, let's be honest. Yeah, this is always going to happen. He's not just going to listen to Pep and go, oh, okay, I'm going to join your City. Yeah, he's going to listen to his options. His dad's going to speak to different people. Yeah, probably just like Jude Bellingham spoke to City, just like he spoke to Liverpool. He probably spoke to Bayern as well. He's got to speak to all the options. Yeah. So whilst I don't like what I'm reading, and obviously it's not great for City that he's speaking to Bayern Munich, we would be hella naive to think this is not a normal day-to-day transfer talk situation. Yeah, this is always going to happen. Always going to happen. Uli has another ally in his bid to sign Florian Wirtz. We'll call this guy Karl. Karl, whose word carries a lot of weight. Both are supported by Herbert, who's the president and chairman of the supervisory board. According to Bayern's calculations, the Wirtz package, fee and salary could cost up to 250 million euros. Approving this sum by the supervisory board is not a hurdle. So they've got the cash. They've got the money, Bayern. The money is not an option. The decision not to extend Thomas Muller's contract was made in order to save 17 million euros a year for Florian Wirtz. In addition to his role on the pitch, the club bosses also believe Wirtz will replace Muller's marketing role. Wirtz is under contract at Adidas. Bayern are hoping the shirt sales, particularly Wirtz and Musiala, would skyrocket, as was the case at Euro 2024. Jan, we'll call this guy Jan, could play a decisive role in the negotiations with Leverkusen. Max's relationship with Fernando. Fucking hell, man. How many names are there in this? Yeah, we got fucking Max, Fernando, Simon, fucking Jan, Florian, Thomas, Ule, Karl. Fucking hell, mate. Yeah, you want to join on now? Therefore, Dresden would once again play the role of a moderator in the talks. The negotiations with Leverkusen are expected to be a major hurdle. Again, yeah, no bueno on the situation of this guy getting involved and that and pulling out the big dogs. However, look how complicated this shit is, man. Look how complicated. Look how long that is. See how long that is? Long. 1 paragraph, 2 paragraph, 3 paragraph. How many people involved? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah. 4. Yeah. 5, 6. Look how long this is. Yeah, look how long this one is. Look how long that is, man. So long. Yeah, look at cities, mate. Look at cities. Clean. Look how clean that is. Yo, this is the money. Yeah, this is the wage. What are you saying? What are you saying? Yeah, we don't need to do this pulling out the big dogs. Yeah, we've offered you the money. We've told you to speak to Pep, and now this is the situation. Interesting, bro. Yeah, very interesting indeed. Yeah, so that's the Wirtz situation. Chat, spam the percentage in the chat. What's your confidence levels of him joining Manchester City? Yeah, I'll start. I'm not going to go 80. That's too high. I'm going to go 75. Chat, I'm going to go 75%. That's my percentage of I'm confident he's going to join City, mate. 94, 10, 90, 50, 55, 60, 60, 45. Okay. Yeah. Actually, not confident at all, bro. With the 1%. With the 1%. Let's do a poll. Let's simplify this, yeah? We need to simplify. Yeah, let's simplify this. Who does Wirtz join? Hala Madrid? Super Bayern? Or Man City, bro? Right, poll in the chat, guys. Poll in the chat. While you're doing that, make sure you guys are smash the likes on the stream. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel as well if you're new. And don't go anywhere because unfortunately, I say unfortunately, I don't know why it's unfortunate, but we've got more news, more transfer news. This time about a player that we spoke about a lot, but we've not really, we've not really had any real sort of sources. But let me do the super chat first. Big up to Ahmad. Says, if United or Wirtz win the Europa League, does that mean Premier League will get 6 teams in the Champions League? It does, Ahmad, yeah. It does. Yeah, this has been clarified a few times now. Different people. It is legit. It is actually legit, isn't it? That is actually legit. But yeah, smash the likes. Make sure you guys are subscribed and make sure you vote in that poll as well. Right, where's this news from Xavi Simons? Who reported this last night? Was it City Report? Simons? How you spell Simons? Xavi. I've seen it last night. City. Oh, it's 1S. Oh, LB can't spell. LB can't spell. That's why I didn't get it. There we go. Got it, guys. Got it. Yeah, I spelled his name wrong. I thought it was two M's. The Daily Mail. Xavi Simons has been followed. Followed? What following someone for, man? It's stalker mentality, innit? Xavi Simons has been followed by Man City, guys. We're following him around. Like we followed Haaland around on Google Maps that time. Why are we following people? We'll be following people around me. Yeah. Well, of course, we know already. So what do we know? Let's start off with what do we know? I'll tell you what we know. Yeah, we know this. Xavi Simons is available for purchase this summer. Yeah, we know that. Why do we know that? He's got 2 years left on his contract. And they spent 50 million quid on him. Yeah, Leipzig are not going to spend 50 million pounds on a player and then sign him up for a 2-year contract if they're not certain they can flip him. This stinks to me, yeah, as they had some sort of buy option with Real Madrid, and they've been told by Simons or whoever that he's got a move lined up this summer for X amount, and essentially the club have gone, well, what we're going to do then, we're gonna exercise our buy option on you for 50 million, and then the club can come in and buy you for 70 million. We're making 20 million pound profit, and we've actually done nothing other than just transfer some money around. Simons has gone, okay, that's cool. I'm happy to do that, but I'm making sure I'm getting out of here. So I'm only going on a 2-year contract. And Leipzig have gone, yeah, chilling then. No problems. No problems. 2-year contract. We'll sell you in the summer for 70. Happy days. Now, if they don't sell him, they could be screwed because then in a year's time, he could go on a free. Well, 2 years' time, he can go on a free transfer. But, I just don't. When was the last time you heard of a club signing a player for 50 million quid and only signing him on a 2-year contract? No one does that. So I think he's got a move lined up. Could be Liverpool bound, Samir. He does stink of a Liverpool player, doesn't he? But if City do miss out on Wirtz, are City going to look at Xavi Simons as a potential option? We probably will if we do miss out on Wirtz, because obviously there's not that many players out there. And he is probably a player that City would have to look at. Now, whether you like him or not, that's up to you. Do you know what I mean? But he probably is going to be on the list. But there's not much on that. Other than we're following him, which is weird. There's a lot more information on Florian Wirtz, which tells us that the Florian Wirtz thing is a lot more advanced than the Simons thing. I don't know, man. I don't think we're getting Simons. There's been hardly anything. There's been hardly anything on Simons. There's been nothing. I mean, if we look at City Extra, yeah. Look at this. I mean, the transfer window opens in what? 8 weeks? Xavi Simons has been followed by City. We've had nothing. We've had this back in September. He's more likely to go to the Premier League than Wirtz. Maybe he's going to go Liverpool. And there's nothing here. It's like there's no news. There's literally nothing here. Back in 2023, City are one of the clubs lining up Xavi Simons next summer. Well, that didn't happen. I don't think it's going to happen, man. I don't think it's going to happen. Nah, I don't see it. Yeah, you know what? I agree with some of you guys in the chat. He stinks of a Liverpool player, innit? He stinks of a Liverpool player. He stinks of a Liverpool player. But yeah, I just thought I'd speak about it quickly. I'm not going to spend too long on it because obviously there's not a lot of news going on there. But I did think I'd speak about it just for a few minutes, given the fact that we have spoke about him a few times on this channel. And obviously you guys have spoke about him as a potential option should we not be able to get Wirtz. But it doesn't look legit at this moment in time. So we'll see on that one. But yeah, I thought we'd mention it. Right, next up. Shah Adam, by the way, says, RB usually have extended options on contracts for an extra year or two. Yeah, but why wouldn't they just sign him on a 3-year contract though, Adam, innit? It doesn't make no sense to me. I mean, he might have a 1-year contract extension built in there, like that they can exercise, but why didn't they just sign a 3-year contract? Don't make no sense. No. It doesn't say anything on Transfermarkt about a sort of option, a 1-year option. You might be right, bro. There might be something there in it, but it's just a bit weird. You don't think it's a bit weird that they only signed him on a 2-year contract where they spend 50 million euros? Just stinks to me as like he's already got a deal lined up. It stinks to me as like Liverpool have gone to PSG and gone, we want to buy Simons this summer, and they've gone, sick, 70 mil. And the Liverpool gone, all right, sound. And then Leipzig have got wind of it and gone, well, hang on a minute. We've got a buy option, so we'll do the buy option for 50 mil and then we'll sell it to Liverpool for 70. I mean, it doesn't affect Liverpool. If anything, it just affects PSG because they're going to lose money on it. That's what I think's gone on there, yeah? Unpopular opinion, walk away from Wirtz. What? Walk away from Wirtz, Elliot? Have you been on these spaces at 5 a.m? Are you tired, bro? What do you mean walk away from Wirtz, bro? He's literally the perfect player for us, what we need, man. And you want us to work? Get out of here, man. Yeah, get out of here. What's this guy talking about, mate? What do you mean walk away? We can't walk away. talking about? What are you talking about? You can't be walking away, bro. Nah, I need explanation on that one, mate. I need an explanation on that one. Walk away from Wirtz? Nah, we can't walk away from Wirtz, mate. Yeah, it's rage bait. It has to be rage bait, bro. It has to be rage bait. In the summer, City are number one. In the summer, City are number one. Oh, in the summer, City are no one. Right, yeah, probably. I reckon, maybe. Unpopular opinion, walk away from Wirtz. Ain't no time for messing around. Go and get Cherky and Morgan Rogers and give me Xavi. All right, well, the Cherky thing I can sort of get on board with because he looks like a techie baller. The Xavi thing I can get on board with, yeah. Morgan Rogers, yeah, maybe, yeah. Although he was bad last night. Nah, you still got to go for Wirtz, bro. Come on, man. What are we doing here, mate? Yeah. Chat L Elliot or W Elliot in the chat. I'm going to start off by saying Elliot. Yeah. I'm going to go Elliot. I'm going to go Elliot, guys. Elliot in the chat or Williot in the chat. Right, let's move on to the final topic of today's show, which is Bernardo Silva, guys. Now, there's been a lot of talk about Bernardo Silva. Obviously, he's one of the sort of 4 players I would put into the bracket of the older guys. Kevin De Bruyne, who's obviously already leaving. Kovacic. Gundogan, who's just activated his 1-year contract extension for playing a certain amount of games. And Bernardo Silva. Now, according to multiple sources now, multiple sources, I think it might be coming to the end of his time at Manchester City, which is weird because the way he's been speaking makes you believe that he's going to stay next year. Yeah. But this account, is a big, like, Portuguese sort of, like, network. They've got, like, millions of followers, man. Bernardo Silva is seriously considering a return to Benfica this summer, and talks have been taking place at the highest level with some optimism that a move can happen. Initial negotiations have been held between Benfica and Man City over Bernardo Silva, who has held talks with the Portuguese club about a return. Although there is still a long way to go for a move to fully materialise, the possibility is rising. And then this comes from Paul Hurst, who I think is a decent source. Benfica have contacted Bernardo Silva's representatives over a potential return to the club this summer. However, the Portuguese side are unwilling to pay the €50 million release clause in the 30. Yeah, I mean, bro, he ain't worth €50 million now, though, is he? You know what I mean? So that's irrelevant, really. That bit, that bit there is irrelevant. Like, of course, he's not worth €150 million. He's 31, isn't he? How old is he now? Bernardo Silva is 30. He'll be 31 in the summer. Yeah, he's not worth 50 million. He's probably worth about, I think he's worth 30 mil. How long has he got left on his deal? A year left on his contract. I reckon he's worth between 25 and 30 mil. Yeah, because remember, we got 20 million for Mahrez. Yeah, and I know Mahrez was a year older, but in my personal opinion, with no hatred intended, Mahrez was in a better situation in terms of like how he was playing than Bernardo is now. Yeah, I know Bernardo's 1 year younger, but Mahrez for me, if you offered me Mahrez when he was there and Bernardo now, I'd pay more for Mahrez then than I would for Bernardo. We only got 20 odd million for Mahrez. I think we got 25 million for Mahrez. So I think 25, 30 mil. I don't think you're going to get any more than that. And obviously, Benfica are going to be like, well, if we don't accept it, we'll come back and get him on a free next year because that was his plan all along. Yeah, exactly, Ashaz. Yeah, he always said that he wanted to go back to Benfica, but he said he wanted to go back to Benfica when he was 32. He's 31, so he's a year young. He's a year sooner than he wanted to go. But, you know, if City are about to spend a big cash and about to get some more players than maybe we anticipate, then getting 25, 30 million for Bernardo Silva, which, by the way, is straight profit, that's not bad, really, is it? Do you know what I mean? That's straight profit, that. You know, it basically pays for your Nico Gonzalez transfer, because that was 40 million euros, I think, wasn't it? So that's about 50 million euros. So that's probably about 42 million quid So if you look at it like that, you basically got Gonzalez for about 10 million euros, 15 million euros. So, yeah, but it's weird that because the way he's been talking sounds like he wants to stay, sounds like he's going to stay, because when he's been speaking in like interviews, and by the way, I'll say this about Bernardo, yeah, he's one of the only players that I can actually listen to in this team when we lose a game. Yeah, because he doesn't come out with excuses and that. He comes out there and says it how it is. Yeah, he's a proper, like, you know, I don't think he's been great this year, to be honest with you. I think he's been pretty poor. But when he comes on the interviews after the game, yeah, I'm listening to I actually like listening to him after, because he actually just says what away. He says the real stuff. He don't glaze. He doesn't talk about rubbish stuff. He's just like, listen, yeah, when he come out that game and said we play like a bunch of under 15s, I was like, yes, we are. Sort it out. Now, some of the other players come out and they're a little bit glazy, you know, a little bit Krispy Kreme, but not this guy. But yeah, a bit of a weird one. I didn't expect to see that, because everything that I've been listening to recently suggests that he wants to stay. You know, like he's been saying, we want to get back there next year. We don't want to be here this year, like again next year. Yeah, like it's a bit weird, isn't it? It's a bit weird that this is. Well, it's not weird, because I'd sell him if it was me. I'd get rid of him. I'd move him on. But yeah, it's strange that it's coming based off of what he's been saying in the media. But then again, media and what actually happens in real life is two completely different things. And that would also leave you with the point, by the way, of you know, big up to CNF, bro. Of if Bernardo goes and KDB goes, what do you do with Kovacic and Gundo? I'll tell you what I do. I keep Kovacic. I've made my mind up. I keep Kovacic. Why do I keep Kovacic? Well, he can move, which is good. I just keep Kovacic. I'd get rid of Gundo. Yeah. Would I get rid of Gundo? I probably would get rid of Gundo. Yeah, the guy can't. Yeah, the Gundo, man. Like, I know he's had a couple of good games recently in it, but like, what you got to remember when it comes to Gundogan, and this is true, and it's not nice to say, but it's actually legit, yeah, it's like it's only going to get worse. He's 35 years old in October, yeah? Kovacic could get a little bit better next year. He's only 30. He could get a little bit better next year, and he can move, and I don't mind keeping Kovacic as like a fourth choice midfielder. Yeah, I don't want him as a first choice or a second choice or a third choice, but like fourth choice, ultra bad situation, last 5 minutes. Yeah. Gundogan, I don't know, man. Like I'd personally move him on. You know. But then again, I want a bigger squad. So at the same time, if you buy a lot of players and he's like sixth choice and we've got the squad size, keep him, whatever. But yeah, I personally wouldn't keep I wouldn't keep him. I wouldn't keep him, man. I'd just keep Kovacic. No way, Kovacic is only going to get worse as well. Yeah, but Kovacic is a bit younger. How old is Kovacic? Kovacic is 30. He's 31 in May. So he could easily get, like, Kovacic hasn't been trash this year. Kovacic has been okay. I remember, like, up until, like, November, he was probably one of our best players. I'd keep Kovacic. I really would. I'd keep Kovacic around the squad. I would. I'd keep him around the squad, man. And I'd get rid of Gundogan if it was me. Gundogan's 35, man. Nah. And he can't play 2 games a week. Kovacic can play 2 games a week. Craig Bomber. Where's the Craig Bomber? City have held interest in Benfica's players goalkeeper Trubin and Antonio Silva, the centre-back, who's 21. Well, I don't know this Trubin guy. I've seen a couple of people put his name in the chat a couple of days ago. It was like, LB, this is another goalkeeper that we could potentially look at, but I don't know. I've never seen him. Antonio Silva, I have seen you guys speak about him as well. Ain't he meant to be like another John Stones? Is that guy like the Portuguese John Stones? Yeah. I swear he's like the Portuguese John Stones, people have been saying. Trubin's awful, apparently. Chat saying Trubin's awful. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know about that guy, innit? I don't know about that guy. Sweet. All right. Big up. Well, yeah, there you go. That's your updates. That's your transfer updates. That's your transfer updates, guys. Yeah, things are moving quick now. Things are moving very quick. Yeah, because obviously it's May. It's nearly May. We're going to start hearing stuff every day now. We're getting to that point now where it's going to be every day. We're getting news. We're getting news every day, every single day. But yeah, there you go. Watch along to that on the second channel. Make sure you guys are smashing the likes. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel. Subscribe to the second channel. We'll be live for the Arsenal Real Madrid game and Bayern Munich Inter Milan. We'll be live about 7:45. So make sure you get on that tonight. And yeah, let's see what happens, innit? Let's see what happens, man. Well, yeah, big up to you guys. Make sure you guys smash a like, subscribe to the channel. And yeah, I'll see you in a bit, innit, chat? I think, who's live? Should we redirect someone? Who's live? Who's live? Who's live on this platform? No one's live. Where's the work rate, man? Chat, where's the work rate, man? Yeah, I'll redirect you to Faz, innit? He's doing some sort of Onana Bayern Day beef stream. So we'll redirect you to Faz. You can listen to some Onana slander. Yeah, I'll see you tonight, guys. About 7:45, yeah? See you in a bit.